Many more people should be leaving their jobs.
Now, Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk, once we follow your advice and quit our safe and secure jobs, what is it that you recommend we do?
But I'm asking you, what are you doing from 6 p.m. to midnight?
Ah, that's right. It is a side hustle. And folks, what is the median current income of folks' side hustles? Well, the current median income of people's side hustles is $200 per month. Now, understandably so, we might wonder, well, of course, you'd make more money if you didn't have your main job dragging you down into the pits, making you not be able to enjoy the work that you love. But what is the reality of quitting? Look, let's be real here. There is something extremely motivating about somebody going, rah, 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 quit your job. You are going to die and you only live once, so why not? Take a step back so you can take a leap forward.
Quit your bullshit job. Do your thing. You're gonna die. It's going to end. Something bad is gonna happen.
Guess what? Once we do something for 10 years and sometimes even less, you kinda don't wanna do it anymore because us humans, we like a new pad every so often. We like things changing. So then you have to ask yourself, should you quit? Should you transition away from what it is you're doing now so you can jump on over to the new heavenly girlfriend of something new, only for that heavenly girlfriend to become ordinary again? Or is that a fable? Well, according to research, most side hustles are in the e-commerce space. And research also tells us that 95% of e-commerce businesses fail. That is higher than the 80% of all small businesses that end up eventually failing. Those are some pretty high failure rates. In fact, if 19 out of 20 people fail in the e-commerce space, those people would probably have better odds of succeeding by submitting their application to Harvard's business school. Yes, Harvard Business School, where the 2016 acceptance rate was nearly twice. That's right, twice the odds of you succeeding in e-commerce. And folks, that doesn't even count the people that didn't try, because guess what? If we all tried, the failure rate would be even higher, thanks to the economics of competition, supply and demand. More competitors, less clients, bad day. Failure rate, up. Success rate, down. Now let's be very clear on the life cycle of what happens after you quit your job to pursue your side hustle. Keep in mind that that side hustle you're pursuing makes an average of less than $13,000 per year, and the median statistics look even worse with you making just $200 per month. Now, yes, you're gonna be putting more time into it, maybe as much as 4 times as much time into it, so you think maybe at least you could 4x your income, but even at 4xing these numbers, the numbers are still pretty small and you might as well stay where you're working. But let's go into the life cycle. Here's what happens. When you first quit your job and you put in notice, you're probably gonna go on Reddit or leave some very motivational comments about how you finally took some guru or creator's advice and gave everybody the finger and quit your job. Everybody's going to upvote and like your comment and cheer you on. But here's the reality for the vast majority of people, and sure, there are exceptions, but at first they're going to feel powerful, mighty, and unstoppable. The euphoria that comes from quitting something that has been an anchor in your life is very powerful. But the problem is, second phase, the bills start coming in. And when the bills start coming in, you better be making a whole lot more money than you were before. Because as soon as your first paycheck is less than what you were making at your job,
you can always get another bullshit job
consistently paying you every week, then you start thinking to yourself, oh crap, I really need to start getting my hustle on. So then you get into the hustle phase, or the hustle juju phase, where you get really motivated on listening to motivational books and podcasts and other exciting things that actually motivated you to quit in the first place. But oddly enough, they don't really help you overcome the fact that you're just not getting as many clients as you thought you would, as fast as you thought you would. For some reason, what Gary Vee told me about Facebook ads being like shooting fish in a barrel, or Grant Cardone selling me Facebook ad marketing courses, I'm just not seeing the same results. And then that's where anxiety sets in. And initially, anxiety can be good. Sometimes stress can be good because it motivates you to stay up longer and work harder and get that grind in. The problem is that anxiety usually doesn't necessarily translate to, again, the income you were receiving previously. So what happens? You become irritable and then you slowly devolve into depression. But depression usually only comes after you start comparing yourself with other people on the internet who are succeeding or apparently doing better than you. This is one of the 7 deadly sins known as envy, which stems from the initial pride of you quitting your job and feeling unstoppable, but then devolving into envy, which devolves into anger, which devolves into depression. And then you just end up realizing that Gary Vee was right.
You can always get another bullshit job.
And statistically, that's exactly what you're going to do. Now look, I don't want to be the wet blanket here. I want to actually provide you some real solutions here. So let's talk about 3 solutions to the side hustle problem. Number 1, what is the best and ultimate solution to you feeling like you want to quit your job and get a side hustle?
Quit your bullshit job.
Best one is have a side hustle that requires you to have your job, but doesn't require your full-time attention and makes you rich. Now, I know that might sound like a load of baloney, but let me reveal to you what this very complicated topic could possibly be. You're going to invest in real estate. Let's just compare equal scenarios of somebody that owns a property for $250,000 versus rents that same property, where both of the payments, repairs, and everything considered are about $1,900 per month. What all of a sudden happens? Well, the person using their job to make the payment now all of a sudden gets to pay off $300 off their 30-year fixed rate loan every single month passively, whereas the tenant is losing that money. That $300 per month in something as stupid as principal paydown is 50% more than the median side hustle income. And what did you have to do to make that side hustle income? Nothing. All you had to do was replace your landlord with your ownership. That's it. It requires nothing of you beyond that. That's not even to mention that now if you can control a $250,000 piece of real estate and market values increase on average of 4% per year, what happens? Your net worth increases by another $9,000 per year or another $750 per month, and you did absolutely nothing. Now all of a sudden you take principal paydown and $750 per month and combine it, you now have a side hustle of $1,050 per month, and you didn't really do anything. We've already balanced out that renting is equal to ownership, including costs of repairs and maintenance and taxes, all those goodies. And if you think I'm full of crap, you could just look at the crap that I put in the real estate investing course, which even if you're a cynic, I encourage you to check out the link below and look at the over 340 topics. You could even click on some of the videos as free previews where I actually show you in detail how we analyze real estate. I mentor you in the private live streams. I show you how to house hack. I show you how to make passive income from real estate at a cost of less than 71 cents per lecture, which doesn't even consider that you get live stream mentoring. And now let's just be rude about this new side hustle called real estate. Once you own one property, what becomes very easy? Starting to own rental property. Maybe you rent out that place you bought first and you go buy another place for yourself. Now you have rental property, but now all of a sudden by you controlling real estate, you have a side hustle that relies on you keeping your job because now you can qualify for real estate. Now you are giving life to your job and you are using your job to create a side hustle of real passive income for yourself without much extra work. In fact, let's touch on the topic of extra work. According to Gallup, you are statistically significantly more likely to work over 60 hours per week as somebody who is self-employed. This is in contrast to employees who tend to work less than 40 hours per week. Then we look at the average annual income of self-employed people at just $36,000 per year, whereas the average income of an employee is $70,000 per year. And this brings up question number 2. Is there a time to quit your job and actually pursue your side hustle? Absolutely. I think there are 2 opportunities to do this. 1, when you're living at home with parents and you don't have any expenses, maybe it's a good time to just focus on your side hustle and see how it goes. But if you actually have bills coming in, maybe you want to wait until your side hustle actually creates enough money to support and sustain your lifestyle at its current level, or the level at which you'd feel comfortable in, before you quit your main sustainable job or your safer income source. I mean, look, we all get it. You can get fired at any time, right? But basically, let your income of your side hustle be high enough before you quit so that you don't get stressed out, anxious, and depressed. And then we get to possible solution number 3. See, statistically, the reason people take on a side hustle is so that they have more spending money. Generally, more spending money means having more time and enjoyable things to do or play with your friends and family. But unfortunately, one of the first things that people statistically sacrifice when they take on a side hustle is time with friends and family and time for themselves. So all of a sudden, a side hustle cannibalizes what you already have. So maybe then the solution number 3 is that you should just figure out how to be happier with less and just spend time with friends and family now. Now, much like the meaning of life, I haven't quite put my finger on this yet, so if you have an answer, please let me know below in the comments. But whatever it is you do, make sure you check out the real estate investing course, link below, and use code SPRING2019 to get yourself 18% off and get into a real side hustle that doesn't involve quitting and failing.